Hello and welcome to Building Digital Solutions with Iolantis. My name is Victor Assaci, and together with our special guest, I will lead you through the topic of disruptive innovation in software engineering. At Iolantis, we help businesses to bridge tech leadership and tech talent gaps with modern technology and software development practices, so you can scale, innovate, and monetize your product solutions. And today, I invite you to the conversation with Anca Iordanescu, PhD in Computer Science and VP of Engineering at IKEA. Anca, welcome to Building Digital Solutions with Iolantis, and thank you for joining us today.
Thank you for inviting me, Victor. I'm actually really excited to talk about innovation today because it's very close to my heart. So I'm really looking forward to see, your questions and where the dialogue will take us.
Oh, I'm happy to hear that. Well, let's start then. Would you begin with sharing your role as a VP of Engineering and how it intertwines with IKEA broader innovation strategy?
So as you said, I am VP of Engineering. I call it a Store of the Future. And my role, I'm leading a technical team that is developing technical solution, digital solution for IKEA blue boxes. And what is very excited about is that everyone talks about online, but a little bit the stores have left behind. So it's very close to my heart to kind of see how we are going to meet our customers in the store these days, what will be the technologies and what will be the experience we want to create. And why it's about innovation is because I think with the technology that is moving so fast, we need to look what technology can bring for our customers. We need to look what are the technical things that can improve the way our customers are coming into the store, and to make them to come into the store and to purchase our products and really bring them home, because we are here to create a better life for the many people.
That's great. That's awesome. All right. Yes, talking about coming to your stores, that's definitely what a lot of our listeners are willing to do now, I guess. All right. Well, but you started a great topic, the store of tomorrow, and I really like this term. What are some technological or engineering-driven innovations at IKEA that you believe are truly disruptive these days?
Yeah. And I would like actually to start a little bit about dreaming about the future, because again, I can tell you what is my personal view about disruptive innovation, but I want to think where I think the technology will bring us. So if I kind of close the eyes and think about 2030, where will our IKEA stores will become? I really see that immersive will become a nature of IKEA. I see that we'll have holograms coming from the top down, showing your range, showing presentation. I see interactive displays. I see virtual reality enhanced shelves. I actually see that we have assistant designers that actually will unleash your potential designer yourself. Maybe we'll have a place where robots will mount your furniture in the office, in the store instead. And everything is kind of connected, because IKEA, we are very committed for sustainability. So everything will be in a sustainable way mode. So this is kind of my dream. IKEA will be a place where impossible become possible. Now, this is kind of the dreams I have. What we are doing now to move into the future. I would say definitely looking at the latest evolution of the technology, AI will be a disruptive. I think that the AI will change the way we are going to see the commerce, and the customers are coming into the store. What really means for today, I don't know. I know that we are really building and we are working to discover different possibilities. I'm talking about from searches, which we call it storytelling or search as you think. So where you will like actually to create this engine, which is AI based, to kind of be able to guide our customers in the store, but also online, on different devices, on different displays, to provide and guide us inspiration and also ease of shop. So I really think that AI is a disruptive thing. You have not seen yet anything because we are at the beginning, but IKEA, we have taken, we want to become a responsible AI provider. We want to make sure that our customer will trust the technology, and also we want to enchant them with storytelling through AI. So this is one thing which I believe it's disruptive, and we are working on it. The second thing, I believe, it's immersive. Immersive, it will become the next thing, meaning we have already exploring immersive rooms. We have, of course, we call it Home Lab. It's our version 1.0. It's not perfect. We are still talking to develop. We are still developing and working on it. But that will be where you can actually plan your room. You come into a space where you kind of see your room around you, and then you can move the furnitures in the store. This is very exciting. Again, first steps, first baby steps, but that will become even more. The third thing that I really believe it's very important is not only how we meet our customer, is the way we meet our coworkers in the store. We want to make their life easier. We want to give them the tools that they can focus on the customer, not on doing repetitive work. So of course we look at automation and we look at robotics in the store. For example, we know one of the big problems that I see today, and it's not even a very disruptive, it's just a very simple solution. It's we don't know where our items are placed in the store. And our coworkers are spending hours to find different items. For example, I don't know how many chairs of certain type are left in the store. How do you know where the customer have left them? How do you find them? Where do you put them? So you can actually have a good stock accuracy. So a simple robot going through the store, which is enhanced with RFID, with the mapping, it will help their work. So it will actually remove the time that they need to spend on counting products and finding products, and you have a really accuracy of your stock raising immediately. That will increase productivity. And I'm just starting because if it was me who has kind of created based on my vacuum cleaner at home, I put an RFID, so I could actually find that objects in the store. It was a simple like that innovation. It's not disruptive, but it's very helpful. Also, that will create the maps of our store. So you can actually find the products in the store. Or you can map, in IKEA, we have what we call these design rooms, where you can see a room with the design experience we have, sharing our design experience and giving inspiration. So what if we can actually give you the chance to kind of have a whole room in your pocket at home? So I just kind of gave you 3 examples, and on our app, for example, already have our app with the creative where you can render your room and then you can add different furniture. Just very, very few things that I believe will be disruptive for the next coming years.
That's amazing. To be honest, I captured myself imagining using all of those things and heading straight over to the store where I could try all of them. And I can only imagine how people working at the store feel like the relief of not doing the stock management and getting, like, say, friendlier, easier, the atmosphere in the store for the customers to enjoy it as well. It's just great. Also love the story with the vacuum cleaner. It really does sound really practical and really cool. I guess the experience you've mentioned, I mean, like using quite simple things, quite simple robots with the RFID scanners and trackers, right? You can be using those for inventory management, not only in the store, but as well as in a huge warehouse or something like this. That could be even much easier for those people to be working there. That's great. I'm really impressed.
And for the stores, for the inventory, we call it back of the house, where we have our warehouses. We do have drones. We have tried drones. We also have robots for the picking, but it's all actually how we bring it closer in the store. And of course, there are lots of issues. You think about in the store, you have people coming in the back of the house, in the warehouses. It's more controlled environment. So actually, how you manage this Internet of Things, all these sensors, all these devices, how you make them to be people friendly, it's a thing that we still have to fix. I would say it's a problem that we don't have an answer yet. And how people interact, because you can transform these robots in something to look human-like. And we need to think we have to be very responsible. I think this is very important. When you put a robot in the store as an IKEA, you need to be responsible. The answers they give, the way that people interact, the way robot is acting in the store, IKEA should be responsible for that behavior.
Yeah, that's transformative and both a lot of responsibility at the same time. Totally agree. But once you've already mentioned the IoT, the connection, the interchanging of data between all of those devices and sensors and people as well, and talking about systems that should be handling those, you've mentioned that you're working on how to fix this and how to ensure the connectivity. But what about the scalability as well? I mean, that has to be a huge system ready for scaling, for adding multiple devices, multiple bots, right? So would you reveal more on that? How are you working on such task?
And I think you just nailed it. This is our big problem, scaling. I told you we have few examples. If we start with the immersive room that we have it in France, for example, this is one place. This is a solution that we are working on it, but we are not yet able to scale it and also roll it out in a pace mode. So this is exactly what we are looking. What is the because that requires a lot of computing behind, requires a lot of interconnection. You know, you need to rethink all the use cases about offline, how they react. You need to think about security. So unfortunately, I would say that we are still into a lot of exploration. I don't have an answer how we did it at IKEA. Maybe if you ask me in 5 years from now or in 2030, I would say this is how we did it. This is the computing we put. Actually, I have to say I'm just making a little bit of the parenthesis. Of course I'm reading a lot. I'm trying to keep me updated. Things are happening. We are looking into some algorithms that are AI based optimization algorithms, so we can actually improve the computing capacity. But I cannot say that this is a bulletproof solution yet. So this is from an immersive, but everywhere AI. We are trying. We try our AI model, and we have developed an in-house model. So it's not an open AI plugin. It's our model trade without. Again, we talk about, yes, if it's 5, 10, 100 people playing with that, yeah, fine. But what about response time? What about scalability when you have 1,000, million people coming and play? So across the globe, I don't know. We probably have millions of customers in the store trying either to access an AI through the app or through our displays. Yet it's a big problem. And again, we need to be responsible. So as much as I would like to say that, yes, we are ready, we don't have yet the answers, nowhere yet. It requires a lot of computing. And just to say, we are even struggling now with our Wi-Fi capacity in the store to be able to cope with all these technologies that are coming. So just to raise a base, we need to raise our Wi-Fi network in all stores, at least to start with. And of course, internet capacity.
Yeah. Oh, but I would say that's not a problem of your specific company, and I would say it's more like a general problem for most businesses scaling, right? Just recently, we've been talking to one of our clients from the industrial IoT manufacturing sector, and they were talking about switching to different connectivity solutions like LoRaWAN and other options, which offer like a shorter range, but still they are low powered. So I'm pretty sure as long as you've mentioned that AI is already engaged into helping you with idea generation and optimization of the streams of data pipelines, I'm sure you're going to come to a perfect solution. I guess it's definitely a problem that is scalable to most industries today, especially when IoT involved.
I'm not sure if perfect, but to a solution that works for the needs. I don't know. We have seen, the law rule. Computing will probably just grow exponential. Who knows what 5 years will bring us? I'm just positive and optimistic. Quantum computing, who knows? Where we go.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. But if we've touched base of the scalability, right? But talking about the overall solutions that you are developing from your own experience and from your experience of working at IKEA, how do you balance this cutting edge technology, say, for instance, implementing AI and ML and similar solutions, which are definitely on the cutting edge of technologies today, with the robustness and reliability that you really need for stable business operations, for proper data interchanges?
Yeah. And I would say at IKEA, if you look at our history and past, we were not very a techie prone company. So I would say that most of our time we are mainly choosing robustness over innovation from a technology perspective, because IKEA is very famous actually in cutting edge design, I would say, democracy, bringing ideas. But from a technology, we never position ourselves as a tech. I think for the last 5 years, 3, 4, 5 years, we have seen a change in the way that IKEA is trying to position in the new. We are not a tech retailer, but we are a retailer where we keep technology as our heart. And of course, we want to start to balance, as you said. But just to say it, since we have approximately 450 stores across the globe,
oh my gosh.
you can imagine that stability of our systems in the store is very important. So definitely our main focus is actually to have a stable business. If we take very serious any incident where our, for example, paying system, we call it IPOS, are down, of our system in the store, we look at how to make sure that we balance. And we talk about how we can still run and operate a store when we don't have, when the systems are down. So this is kind of, I would say, the hygiene factor, and this is very important. But I would say that people are really they get the passion when you ask them to work for the things that are more cutting edge, that are trials, that are failures. I have failed many times. Even this robot, I didn't manage to make it by myself. People didn't, it's not the right time always. So in order to keep the team to do the whole robustness, all the, the normal e-com platform or the store in a box platform, you need to let them a little bit to go outside and do some innovation. So I would say that as I have a huge passion for innovation and technology, and I like it, and I am curious, and I'm I call myself a kitchen table innovator. I always have an idea that comes when I drink my coffee. So I really want to inspire my team to kind of put that in their work. So I call it like a democratize innovation, make sure that every team has time to put in their backlogs a little bit of the time of crazy ideas. And have it, have budget to try it. And that's why we have we have an experience lab in Madrid, which is our first digital experience lab, where we test a lot of crazy things, from screens, from, I don't know, shopping bags that are crazy, maybe as not crazy as I wanted, more still on the conventional crazy. But I think that as we go, I would like our teams and people to even use it more and come with a crazy idea. But our first priority will be stable store, so we can sell our furniture.
All right. So people who are listening to this podcast, please write down: first, to be reliable and stable, get a lab in Madrid and test your crazy ideas, right? To make sure they're actually appropriate enough and are reliable enough for your specific business purposes.
Yes.
All right. Of course, I'm just joking, but that's a really rational kind of approach. I mean, you test everything behind the scenes, you test everything outside the process to make sure it's actually going to suit. It's really good. And just as you said, when you already have such a huge customer base, such a lot of users, potential people engaging with your product and with your company, that's definitely the robustness and reliability you should be focusing first on, and then driving tech innovation. Totally agree on that. And a lot of people are expecting.
Just to say that our lab in Madrid, it's in the store. It's in the Alcorcón is the store, and it's actually a place where both customer and co-workers can enter. And actually, some of our technologies or ideas, we test it together with the customer. So we invite customers, and we do a quickly A/B testing with real customers, at least to understand the business case, and then we go to reliability and feasibility of the solution. So it's pretty cool.
That's great. Yeah, well, you're really close to your customers in this case. You are actually getting the straight feedback from them. That's amazing.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you so much. You've already mentioned AI a couple of times, and the computing power and the let's say, the evolution of artificial intelligence and machine learning, as well as in your practice and both all around us, AI is growing everywhere. Are there any more specific tech solutions, or maybe AI and something else that you believe will be pivotal in shaping IKEA's future and the experiences of your customers in the future?
So except what I have already mentioned about, storytelling, the engine for search, of course, and, that's the search is actually an unexploited, I would say, 1 billion business if we manage to make it right. But I think, so there'll be a lot of exploration around the customer. So I see kind of three pockets. Will be the customer facing AI thing, will be the co-worker facing AI, which we need still to define, but also when I say co-worker in the store, but then I think the whole engineering thing will probably change. AI will change the way we write the code. That will be, the writing and code will be much easier. You just kind of, will be a suggestion coming. We already have we are trying a lot of things. We are in a discovery mode, and we have lots of, actually next Friday, we will have a whole AI day where all these kind of POC, proof of concept, MVPs will be shown to each other to kind of see where we can take this exploration. But that's why I said that will be kind of an efficiency from an engineering perspective, how we can become more efficient to write code. How can we move the repetitive task, automated task into AI with the robots or bots? How can we do, code checking with the robots? That will be kind of a big thing. The second one will be in the store, how we optimize the way the coworkers work, but also helping them probably to change their task. So today I'm on the shop floor. Tomorrow I can use AI and to train myself to become a designer and help the customer to choose the furniture. Kind of this kind of volatility and flexibility into moving. And then, of course, as I told you, the whole customer facing thing. One thing that I have not mentioned, and probably you'll ask me, I also think that we can use AI in a responsible way for sustainability, because that's also something I really have it close to my heart. We have to kind of tech for good. We need to use this technology to do good things. How we can actually probably be better in consuming energy, in consuming less paper. There are so many things, lights, all these kind of things which can create predictive models that we can use. Yeah.
That's great. That's great. Not only you care about the clients, but also about the employees and the environment. That's awesome. I can already hear that when you talk about simplifying things for your employees and making sure that they're doing the creative and not repetitive task. And then you talk about sustainability. That's great. Yes, you captured me here. You got me there because I was thinking about sustainability questions as well. And I was also thinking about the way of the pace of adopting all of those technologies. I mean, if we talk about the rise and the evolution of innovation, AI in different spheres, and a lot of other technologies like IoT in general and its different ways of integrating it into your business, what will be the obstacles or say barriers from an engineering point of view, of course, and from your own experience? What are the most significant barriers that are blocking this way of adoption these technologies, or just say slowing it down, and how you navigate them? That would be definitely interesting to hear.
Yeah. And that's actually very, very interesting questions, big question, because I think that what is slowing us down is actually we are not yet, at least from an IKEA, a very agile and flexible organization to the truth, meaning we are a big company. We talk about the only in the IT or on the digital, we don't have an IT. We talk about IT organization. We are approximately with that workforce, 5,000 people. We are still like a big elephant that is moving very slowly. So adoption of the new things, it's slow. So these pockets of moving fast, taking decision, prioritize, let the things go, it slows us down. Only to we have been starting our digital transformation 5 years ago, and we have not. And this is something that you never finish. But what I could say, we started with this aim at we will be able to decouple all the monoliths. We will be able to create microservices. We will be able to be all agile. What we've learned is actually things are not as fast as you wish. Sometimes you have to learn to live with the monoliths and with the legacy. Sometimes you have to understand that you will make many mistakes and this will slow you down. The mentality, the way actually the mindset is probably the most difficult thing to be changed when you want to kind of get this speed. People are very comfortable in, knowing what they have done or doing what they have done for the last year. So get them into this uncomfortable zone where they have to learn new things and take risks and move forward. It's not easy. So a lot of education, I would say, in what we call adaptability of our organization, agility of our organization, learning curve, be prepared for the future. I think this is, if you want to succeed, we need to change that. And actually find optimization, find duplication, remove duplication, see how we can work better together. Also, I'm now thinking, again, when we did this transformation, we transformed in a product-led organization, very beautiful, very nice. And intentionally, we created what we called an aligned autonomy, which a little bit of a chaos, because coming from a very strict and rigid organization, we want to introduce this agility mindset, let the teams to kind of define their products, be autonomous, take the decision at the product level. Very beautiful. This actually led it into a lot of duplication across the organization. What we are trying to do, we try to kind of bring it back. Let's standardize. Let's use this model together. Let's create a platform. So this is kind of the things that can help to speed up the adoption of the new technologies. But it's a journey.
Well, yeah. But that's great. That's great. I when you're talking about it, I hear a lot of experience and a lot of experience behind your back in this particular case, because definitely you have already moved forward. Because talking about our clients and our client experiences in big corporations, big organizations like yours, that's the mindset that most focus on. You should start with the mindset, transform it, drive more agility, definitely what they all agree on with the point you talked about. And the autonomy, totally agree. Yes. The autonomous teams engaging the duplication problem is definitely something that we have all faced quite a number of times but if you go through the standardization point and also can engage AI into helping you to standardize and, let's say, optimize those processes, it really works fine. And well, thank you so much.
Yeah, and decouple. What I think the key is also is not only standardize, but actually decouple the experience from the components. I'm really a fan of the Mach architecture, where you need to kind of make sure that whatever you compose, it's a decomposable, so you can put it in all channels without extra effort, and then you can actually plug in different tools, different experience. So that's where we are going. We are far away, but as you said, mindset is probably the most important. And I think we as the leaders, it's our mission to lead the team and actually accept that I don't have the answers. I need to learn myself. And there is like the leading by example in a way.
That's great. That's great. Thank you so much for sharing this. I'm sure that entrepreneurs and business owners are listening carefully at this particular moment, because that's when they have to think about transforming their organizations. That's true. All right. But if we get back to the points of sustainability and the matter of sustainability of doing everything for good, right? And specifically for the environment and the society around us, are there any specific examples that you are already engaging in? You've already mentioned electricity and power consumption. Would you reveal more on those?
Yeah. so from a technology perspective, again, I'm taking the technology part because IKEA is like we have 3 roads at IKEA, we call it. We talk about accessibility, availability, and sustainability. So sustainability is one of the biggest mission that we IKEA, we want to make a difference in this world. So, and this is kind of driving towards, for different areas, how we tell the story about sustainable products. So in our stores, we are looking to make affordable, sustainable products. So a product, if it's sustainable, doesn't have to be expensive. It has to be a good quality. So this is from a sustainability from a product. But again, I'm the one on the behind the scenes on the technology. So again, how we use efficient our resources. And I use a terminology that maybe not everyone is using in the same sense. I talk about green stores. What means to have a green store? What means when we have to lower our carbon footprint from the computing? So we are taking small steps. I would say we didn't have made a big breakthrough, but we are saying that everything is measured. You can control it. So we are taking small steps from just measuring to understand how much electricity, how much water, how much power, how much heat we distribute. And then we kind of try to implement small solution to improve. That's one way. Another one I'm just kind of thinking is also in the way in how our offices, if you have been I'm not sure if you have been to any of our offices, the way we talk about how the heating is done, the buildings should be built in a sustainable way. But again, technology wise, we more try to provide data to make sure that we enable the sustainability way, but also telling stories about products that are sustainable so our customers understand that can make active choices.
That's great. Well, I'm actually really pleasantly surprised on how well you are going in this way, because you've already mentioned the client care, and it's almost on every single level of what you're doing at IKEA. I mean, when you talk about the products that they don't have to be expensive, that's a really huge step forward for the society, because that means that you're worrying about your clients and not only about the quality, not only about the accessibility, but also the opportunity to engage with the society in the proper way. Also enjoy the fact that you are measuring everything. That's the huge step. I guess that's the step that every business owner and every manager should be starting with, measuring everything so that you know what to optimize, right? And what to improve. That's definitely so.
And maybe not yet in practice, we are working into developing digital twins with a sustainability effort. And then with the new legislation coming, of course, for now we do reporting, but for me, we need to take a step beyond reporting. We need to be proactive, and how we are going to kind of do what if scenarios and make sure that we can predict what we want. Again, many things are cooking, yet I would say we need to prove it. We need to prove it.
Oh, I love those spoilers, by the way. I mean, when you talk about digital twins and going way beyond reporting, that's really interesting. We'll be happy to hear about those digital twins and the tasks that they're completing once you approve and once you get the proof that they are working properly. We'll be definitely interested to hear how it's going.
And I wanted to say, that we have a business called Circularity. We have a platform where you can buy back your products and refurnish. We do talk about energy as a new business. So we sell the solar panel where our technologies are supported with the platform. So that we do a lot of things from this perspective.
That's great. That's great. Well, you definitely know a lot of IoT now. I'm sure about that. All right. Well, and if we talk about people going, let's say, entering the markets of IoT and AI engaged technologies, and are thinking to build their businesses around those technologies and engaging those technologies in customer care and process optimization, is there any specific advice from the engineering point of view you would like to give them?
Okay, for the startups trying Oh, this is you kind of hit with it's very close to my heart with this. So again, as I didn't start introducing myself, but outside of my IKEA world, I am a founder of the Women in Tech in Sweden. And we are engaged in many activities, but one which I'm driving myself, it's actually to support new businesses in the sustainability. It's called Innovation in Sustainability in Sweden to help this business to start up. What I think advice is, I think any idea, it's a good idea. I think that you need to get help as much as possible, and that's there are a lot of companies outside willing to help you. Second, the team, the people that are in these companies are very important. So the core that builds this idea, really important for the success of the business. Other idea or other advice I have would be go and I would say learn more about your other solutions, because that's how you can actually perfect your idea. And I say, call it like moon shooters. Don't think small, think big. Think like, how can I impact not 100,000 people? Talk about how can I impact 10 million people in 5 years? So try to think bigger to be able to change something. Yeah. And I really think that just supporting each other and start creating this kind of small by small, it will become a tipping point where sustainability will be on the, an agenda of everyone. Not sure if I answered the question in the right way.
No, you actually did. You actually did. Thank you so much. Yes. Totally agree on the fact that there are so many companies outside willing to drive assistance to your specific business, and you don't even have to invest sometimes any specific resources in those, right? Because there are so powerful communities already trying to help each other out, and that's also another part of sustainability, which is amazing. I really like how it's going. It started with the environment mostly, right? But now it's going to every specific sector of our life, and that's just crazy how it's going. That's great.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I guess we're almost out of time, but I have just one more question before we round up. Talking about the future, we've already reflected so many thoughts on the future, but are there any specific kind of say innovation parts that your specific department of engineering is preparing for and getting ready to be involved in within the next, say, 5 or 10 years that you are really looking forward to?
Oh, not to repeat myself of everything I said. And other things that AI, immersive robots, I am just thinking maybe something we have not invented yet. I don't know. Now you caught me. I don't know what else.
No worries. Honestly, no worries. AI is everywhere.
Yeah, no. But I really think that the biggest idea still has to come. I will say that the way we do commerce probably will change dramatically. It will go into hyper personalization, but how this will kind of to be transformed and with what technology in 10 years, except what I said, I want to be surprised for the things I have not been thinking yet. So when we meet next time, I say, oh, this is kind of the new thing. No, except what I have said in the beginning, I don't see any other technologies yet.
I love the idea of hyper personalization. It's something really crazy, especially with the things you've mentioned, with the immersive involvement and with the AI engaging in the operations, and just imagining the clients. It's not even like entering a store. It's more like entering a different reality for making purchases and for improving their life experiences, not just buying a thing, right? It's something really crazy.
And I'm just thinking again, changing the commerce. I feel that today we are still living what I call a cowboy commerce. I really believe that, again, keeping the sustainability at heart, this will change into a very responsible commerce. Again, I really would like to believe that, and I would really want to change into that as a new sustainable business or social responsible business. So 10 years, if we will be able to change into that, whatever technology will be, I will be very grateful that I have lived these years, you know. So
that's great. That's great. Thank you so much. Well, the only thing I would like to say, I wish I had more opportunities and time to ask you more questions, because you're so insightful, and everything you've told today, I guess, will be resonated in the minds and hearts of a lot of people listening to this podcast. It was just amazing. And I thank you so much for being a part of this conversation and sharing your experience. It was great.
Thank you. Thank you so much, too. Thank you.
All right. Well, thank you so much. We're going to be rounding up. Today, we've explored the topic of disruptive innovation and software engineering, and it was something that I'm still really impressed about. It's really great, and I hope we'll have another session devoted to this topic and to some other topics, as well as the cutting edge technologies transforming every sector and every industry of our modern world. And I'm sure there will be definitely questions that we haven't covered, haven't answered. And if there are listeners who are thinking, oh no, they haven't answered my question yet, feel free to reach out to us. We have an email address that you can be using to reach out to us and ask a couple of questions. That would be hello@iolantis.com. Or you can also use our website, iolantis.com, or feel free to reach out to us on LinkedIn, on YouTube. Feel free to reach out to Anca as well on her LinkedIn channel and the LinkedIn profile page. That would be definitely a really rich source of insights. I'm sure about that. And I thank you so much for all of those insights we've got today. Hope you have a great rest of the day. And thank you so much for being a part of this tech leadership conversation.
Thank you.